What's up, y'all? It is Saturday, December 17th. Me and Pops are back in the shop today. We got a lot of work to be getting done, that's for sure. We've gotten behind. We had some stuff to do around the house the past couple of days. We got to take care of our animals and stuff first with this cold weather coming up. So we're back in the shop. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show y'all what we got going on. All right, y'all. So this is Kelly Davis's Impressive Modified. He brought to us. He's getting ready to get a new body put on it, but it needed some repairs. He had a couple of incidents during the season and kind of just patched it to get him by. He was chasing points. So there's a few things we got to fix. This upper control arm mount was ripped off and they got it welded back on. We're going to cut that off and redo the brackets and clean up the welds and everything. Then we got some work over here. Pops has been trimming zip ties and getting stuff out of the way. Kelly took a blow right here to the full bar bracket, and this bar here, as you can see, is done for. And it actually bent this top bar right here. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be cutting this bar out and replacing it. We got our new 1.5-inch tube in here, and we're going to be cutting these full bar brackets off, because these holes at the bottom of the bracket ripped out on this outside piece. And even though this is 3/16 steel, it still ripped them out. He got hit right here, and that's what caused the door bar damage and kind of ripped the bar out of the bracket right here. So we're going to be cutting these full bar plates off. And the inside one is good. The holes aren't ripped or anything. It's just bent a little bit. We'll straighten it out and probably put it back on, but we'll take it and use it as a pattern, make us a new one for the outside here. They just plated it to get him by. So we'll get all that fixed, and then we're going to be putting tabs on it and getting a door bar made. His old door bar went in the frame rail right here and ran all the way back to here. But we're going to do away with that. We're going to trim that tubing off. We're going to put tabs on and do the bolt-on door bars like we did on Blake's car in the last video. So y'all stay tuned. We got a lot of work to get done. It doesn't seem like a lot of work, but it is a lot of work. A little tedious stuff. But we'll get the Impressive fixed up and get things going here. We'll get it knocked out. Y'all stay tuned. All right, so we got the top bar cut out. We'll take a cutoff wheel and we'll come in here and cut the rest of this old tube off and then take a flap disc and clean everything up. I'm working on getting the full bar brackets cut off. Now we're going to do some measuring before we cut this off and see where this bar sits, the space in between, and all that before we cut anything else. That way we can put it back where it was. She's pretty bent up. When we cut it loose, it kind of moved. This top bar right here moved out about 1/8 inch, so it had a lot of stress on it. But we're gonna keep on going. So we had to buy a new grinder. We've killed all of our grinders except for the battery operated grinder, and it's about dead too. So we bought this Metabo yesterday, and it actually does pretty good. Just don't do what I did and take the guard off. I take the guards off because it keeps you from using a whole cutoff wheel. So don't try that at home. All right, so now we got the full bar brackets cut off. We'll get all this old weld cleaned up. We're gonna cut off this door bar tube here and get it out of the way. We're gonna straighten this one up after we get all the flat bar cut off of it. We'll replace all that. But we'll get it straightened up. You can see it's kind of bent pretty good. Not bad, but bent a little bit. We'll straighten this up and use it as a pattern because these holes are good and these holes are good. So we cut it as close as we could to the tubing here. And then that way, when we make our pattern, we'll know to add just a little bit back to this for the width of our blade that we used. And that way the new bracket will sit out here on this tube the way it's supposed to. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna start making new parts now. All right, so we got it cleaned up. Where the old bar was up here, we're gonna go ahead and put this bar back in so everything is back sturdy like it needs to be. Then we'll start cleaning all this up down here and we'll start making our full bar plate. They're 3/16 from Impressive. So we've actually got some 3/16 steel over there against the wall. We'll just lay that full bar plate on that 3/16, draw it out, and cut it out with a new grinder here. We'll go ahead and break it in. We're out of oxygen acetylene, so can't use the torch. But we'll get it with a grinder. We've cut a lot out with a grinder on 3/16. It ain't too bad. It just takes a little longer. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to get this bar put in right here. All right, so we went ahead and got our top bar put back in. We got it notched, welded all back in. That way it'll keep the cage strengthened back up where it was while we do everything else. That angle bar right there takes a lot of the stress and it's not bent at all, so we weren't too worried about it, but we wanted to get that top bar back in. That way, once we get these full bar brackets on, then that bar that was braced from the full bar bracket up to this 1.5" tube was actually 1.25" real thin. And we're gonna do that with 1.5" to that full bar bracket. But we'll get that made. Y'all stay tuned. I don't know what time it is. That may be about all we do today. Got a Christmas party this evening with my wife, so that may be about all we get done this Saturday afternoon. And tomorrow, Sunday, we'll pick back up in the morning. Get these full bar brackets made, so y'all stay tuned. We got a lot more coming. All right, y'all. So today is Sunday, December 18th, and we are back in the shop. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. We had priorities this morning, so me and Pops down here in the shop, and we had to come down and get us a fire built in the heater and start warming the shop up. We're back on Kelly's Impressive today. We're gonna get some brackets made for it, and I'll turn you around and show you what we got going on right now. All right, so what we're looking at, this is the bracket that was still good on the car. I got it straightened out and flattened all back out. I talked to Kelly, and he never goes above this hole right here on his adjustments. So with that said, he'll still be able to go 2 more holes higher, but the problem is, with 3/16 steel, with the plate steel we have, with the grinder and a cutting wheel, we'd be here all day trying to cut this out. So we have 3/16 flat bar. And I know most people are going to say, well, why not get somebody to make them, plasma cut them out, whatever. And we were thinking of doing that, but everyone that we know that does our plasma cutting is, they're behind. And so they can't get to it for a few days, and we're trying to get this done, get it back to Kelly so he can get his body put on. So we're going to use this 4-inch wide 3/16 flat bar. It is the same thickness as this factory bracket. So I have laid out the bracket on this flat bar in all the holes. So we're going to put all these holes back in, and the only 2 holes he won't be able to use is the very top hole of the bottom and the very top hole of the top, which this is a 3-link car, so it's not a full bar car. So this up here doesn't matter at the moment. That's why we wanted to verify with Kelly that he never goes above this hole here. Even though if he does need to, he still has 2 more holes and these are 1-inch on center holes. Anybody that has adjusted bar angle on a 3-link car, you know that 1 inch, moving up 1 inch is a lot of degree in a bar. So I don't think he'll ever go above this hole here. So we're going to do away with this top hole. And what we've decided to do is, since we have enough flat bar, we're just going to make 2 of these brackets so they match. And that way we can take out, making a mess over here. That way we can take out this hole right here. And that'll add strength to the plate and leaving all this solid. So what we're going to work on is getting this cut out. Then we'll lay out another one and get it cut out. In the meantime, Pops has been up here taking the left front apart. He's got the tire off and the spring all kind of loose and dangling. He's got the upper loose. So what we're going to do is try to work on getting these upper mounts cut off right here. And get all these welds cleaned up, get all this smoothed up, and then we're going to reuse these brackets. We're just going to cut them and clean them up. He never uses the top hole anyway. He uses the bottom just to keep his anti-dive right. So we're just going to clean these up and reuse them. We'll weld them back to the frame. And we're thinking about plating the back of them with flat bar. And that'll kind of strengthen them width-wise to keep them from separating. Well, that's what we got going on right now. We're going to get busy making some full bar brackets, and we're going to get busy cutting these tabs off up here. You ready to get to it?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, y'all stay tuned. We got a lot coming. All right, y'all, so I got one bracket cut out. Like I said, that top hole is not going to be used, and that top hole will not be used. So there's still plenty of meat left here. If he ever did need to go any in these 2 holes above where he normally runs the bar, he'll be okay. There'll be plenty of meat there. Well, that's one of them cut out. We've got to cut out another one. And we'll get busy on that, get that laid out on that 3/16 plate, and get another plate cut out. Pops, in the meantime, y'all saw in the time lapse, he got the upper brackets cut off, but we're gonna clean all that up. We're gonna cut all that weld off, smooth all that up. We're actually considering cutting this out like we did Frankie's car, y'all seen in a couple videos ago, and plating the top of the frame. That way it'll be smooth, fresh material, and we won't have to deal with grinding and cutting all this old weld off. Well, I think that's going to be it for this video. This video should be uploaded today, Sunday. If you're seeing it, you know it's uploaded. So we're going to get busy. We've got some more Christmas stuff to do this evening. Family stuff. Y'all know it's that time of year. Everybody's kind of doing Christmas gatherings. So we've got Christmas tonight with some family. And me and Pops are probably going to call it a day. It's pretty chilly in the shop. Even though there's a good fire built in the old air compressor heater back there, it's still a little chilly. So we'll probably call it a day right there. Y'all stay tuned. We got a lot more coming. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all let us know in the comments that you watched the video. Until next time, see y'all later.